How are kids spending time online? You might want to learn about an annual report from Bark Technologies. Welcome back to Techstination. I'm Fred Fishkin. With us from Bark Technologies is company tech expert and author of the upcoming book, Parental Control, Titania Jordan. Hi, Titania.
Hi, good to see you, and thanks for having me.
Pleasure. So, first of all, congratulations on the upcoming book.
Thanks.
I suppose this new annual report highlights really the need for the title. Let's talk about some of the findings here. As many parents know, sexual content is really pervasive.
It is, whether it's bullying or depression or predation, disordered eating related content, drugs and alcohol, violence, suicidal ideation. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. And we have unique insight into the rate at which children are experiencing this problematic content and problematic people.
Tell us about the methodology here, how you were able to put this kind of report together, gather the statistics.
Absolutely. So at Bark, we help to protect over 7.4 million children across the United States. And we are analyzing children's text messages, social media accounts, browsing history, you name it. And with this analysis, we're able to determine, thanks to artificial intelligence, you know, different abuse types, different dangers. And so we analyzed this anonymized data, just how many times this happened, where it happened, what was happening, and that's how we were able to determine this.
Tell us about some of the findings here that really jump out at you, where we're seeing the kinds of increases that are should really be worrisome.
What really stood out to us year over year was how X, formerly Twitter, really increased in terms of issues happening there. For the most part, I would say Snapchat was one of the most dangerous places for a child to be. But now it looks like X, formerly Twitter, is giving Snapchat a run for its money. So, I know Elon's a dad, and I'm eager for hopefully this to get in front of him and his team to hopefully either make more stringent parental controls on the platform, better content moderation policies, or just let's keep kids off of it.
The numbers can be pretty staggering here. More than 40% of teens are talking about depression, and nearly 60% have been involved in a self-harm or suicidal situation.
Yes, what a lot of people might not know is that suicide is the second leading cause of death of children in the United States. And every single day at Bark, we are escalating, alerting parents about 85 to 100 times each day. Um, Different instances of severe self-harm or suicidal ideation going out about children who are, in imminent danger. And so that statistic is heartbreaking. I mean, 60% of teens, 37% of tweens, and a tween, used to be ages 8 to 12, but as more and more younger children are being exposed to mature themes earlier and earlier, I'd say that age range is more like 6 to 12.
Wow. So tell us about the solutions, you've kind of referred to them, that Bark has available for families that can help here in terms of at least parents knowing what's going on.
Yeah, so the primary thing that you need to be concerned about as a parent, because I know there's a lot to think about, is just that relationship that you have with your child. Please do not be afraid to have candid conversations with your children about these issues. And I know it's tough, but you have to talk to them about this. In addition to the relationship that you have with your child, making sure you're a safe place for them, you can talk about the hard things and you do it frequently. There is tech that can help, whether it's just location-based strategies like keeping tech connected tech out of the bedrooms overnight and out of places where you can close a door, right? Keep tech in the common areas of the home, set time limits, set filters. Bark offers all of this, not only time limits and filtering, but Bark is the only player in this space that will connect your children's devices and accounts, analyze them for harms, and then proactively send them to you so you can step in before a tragedy occurs.
And the kinds of devices that they have available today.
So we have an app. We launched with our app in 2015 that can connect to children's Apple phones, Android devices, Chromebooks, etc. We also have a smartphone, a safer smartphone for kids. It's a Samsung A15. Got it right here, actually. And this is my iPhone, so it's like, it's pretty cool, pretty similar. We have a safer smartwatch for children. And then we have a Bark Home, which goes inside of your home, connects to your router, and again helps with things like setting time limits and filters on, smart TVs and gaming consoles.
A lot of parents would like to think that they don't have to do something like this, that they talk to their child and they leave it at that, and the kids are free to do what they will with the devices. Tell us what your thoughts are and your experience has been, and maybe get into the book a bit.
Yeah, thank you for asking. Parenting in the tech world is not a set it and forget it strategy. Um, you can't do that, right? You have to, first of all, be aware of what's really happening with kids today, hence the report we just talked about. And that's from a data set of over 7 billion, like over 7 billion data points were analyzed. This isn't statistically insignificant. It's very significant. So be aware. Next, prioritize that relationship with your child. And don't be afraid to delay. As my friend Chris McKenna of Protect Young Eyes says, delay is the way. Your children are going to ask you for what they want when they want it. It doesn't mean you have to give it to them. And I know a lot of parents are worried about their kid being left out. And I get it. I've been there. My son is 16 now. We've been through the ringer. But sometimes you do want your child to be left out of the bullying, the sexual content, the predation, the mature themes, right? And they'll actually be healthier and better off for it. You really need to keep connected tech out of the bedrooms. Whether you use Bark or not, there are so many options out there for managing the connected tech in your home. Your internet service provider, your cellular service provider, Apple, Google, they have built-in things that are free that you can start to use. So please just don't continue to let your children have unfettered, unmonitored, unfiltered tech access. I want to talk about the book in a second, but I also want to give people just a free resource. There's a Facebook group I started called Parenting in a Tech World that has almost 600,000 parents in it now. And so while this can feel overwhelming to feel like you have to be like the family IT tech expert in addition to everything else, go to the group, ask for help with whatever you need help making safer. And, it's 24/7, 365. So the book, wrote a book called Parental Control, which is tongue-in-cheek title, right? Because none of us are in control. We don't know what's going to happen in our lives day to day, but control what you can control, right? And that's where I really dig deep into my personal journey as a parent working in tech and struggling with keeping my own son safer online, with what we've seen at Bark across, the 7+ million children, with what's happening with the big tech companies and legislative efforts, and then just tangible steps for what you can really do. We all need some grace. There are only a few hours in the day, they fly by, and we're all overwhelmed. So it's how to balance raising kids in this connected world without feeling like you have to keep them in a bubble.
I guess when it comes to obviously what's been in the news of late, one of the issues has been TikTok, and
Mm.
um, some of the concerns expressed in Washington have to do with what China is doing with data. But parents maybe have a different perspective on it. Maybe they see the dangers as being something else with TikTok. Tell us what your perspective is.
I'm so glad you asked this. in addition to the potential data and security concerns with, TikTok not being owned by a US-based company, there's a whole separate swath of dangers that are impacting children, like addictive algorithms. Let's say you have a 13-year-old girl who is struggling because her body is growing and awkward, and she is struggling with disordered eating or body image issues. Well, if she searches for videos around how to lose weight, etc., on TikTok, now TikTok thinks that's what she wants to see, and they will show her more and more of that. And she can quickly go down a rabbit hole of being almost pushed into a dangerous health situation because of what she's been consuming, the content. Same with depression, same with suicidal ideation, misinformation, right? Children being led astray by influencers pushing products that might not be safe for them. I mean, there's so much pornographic content that affects children's ability to have healthy consensual relationships when they get old enough to do so. I mean, it's the internet. It's the internet. You can't just hand children unfettered access to the internet, especially when addictive algorithms are involved. And that goes back to, I'd say, an important conversation point to have with your child, which is like, hey, this isn't mom versus TikTok. Like, that's not what we're doing here. It's mom or dad love you. We want the best for you, for your mental and physical health. And so you need to know when you're giving your time to this app doesn't love you like we love you. This app is making money off of you. This app has one job, and that's to keep you in it for as long as possible so it can make more money off of you. So you need to be aware of the motives of this platform that you are giving your most precious resource to, which is your time on this planet.
Very interesting. For more information, tell us about the book and Bark. Where should people go?
Yeah. So if you're interested in keeping your children safer online, go to bark.us, not .com. That's a different dog-based company. Great people, I'm sure. But go to bark.us to learn all about how to keep your kids safer online. And if you love to read books or listen to books, Parental Control comes out March 11th of this year, and you can get it everywhere books are sold. Barnes and Noble, Amazon, a few other amazing places. And it's an honor to be able to highlight these issues and hopefully help this next generation of children who are about to be inundated with all of this have healthier childhoods.
And one last thing we didn't really touch on before we let you go, Titania. AI everywhere today, and all of the issues that presents. What do you tell parents about their teens' use of AI, whether it's in school or just socially? I mean, it's showing up every place.
It is. And AI is a tool, right? And we can use tools to hurt or help. You don't give, a third grader a Ferrari to drive around, right? But, if you're 30, might be kind of fun. Same thing with ChatGPT and all of the other AI-based tools that we have at our disposal. With the right intent and wisdom around its pros and cons, you can use it effectively. But kids, I don't think need the ability to use this unless it's a super filtered, safe version. And parents need to know that chatbots can lead children astray. There's my AI built into Snapchat that gives children terrible advice. There are instances of children chatting with personified bots like character.ai, where it has encouraged children to die by suicide. It's not safe. It's not okay. And it's dangerous and it's scary. Not only that, but sexting is the new first base. And so not only are there actual nudes of children being circulated amongst peers and predators, now children can take, just a screenshot of somebody's face, put it on a fake body, and have fake nudes go around, and that child is still the victim of abuse, even though it's not their actual body. So it's a lot, right? If you're a parent or grandparent listening to this today, I would say start to get familiar yourself. If you understand the nuances of AI, ChatGPT, etc., you can better help guide your child to the pros and cons of it. Um, it's a lot. It's a lot to cover.
Really is. And thank you so much for the work that you and the team at Barker are doing here. And a lot of eye-opening statistics here, and something that all parents, grandparents too, need to know about. For more info, again, it's bark.us. Titania Jordan, thank you for spending time with us.
Thank you for having me. Have a great day.